No, and it's good that you talked about that, about having people that you feel that you can reach out to, but you don't want to be a burden on them.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that brings me to another topic. So when it comes to like males going through like any type of abuse, do you feel like maybe that's the reason why they don't feel like they want to reach out to their homies, they don't want to be ridiculed, or they just to be like, oh, it's going through that? Do you think that's like one of the main reasons of why they may not say nothing? Like you said earlier, they don't want to come out with saying things of that type of nature? Or
I think some people just think it's a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be the ridicule or not wanting to be judged. But I can't speak for everybody. I could just speak for me, and then hopefully, you know, what I say might help somebody or might
definitely
connect with somebody. And they're like, oh, yo, that was me, or yo, like I feel what he's saying or whatever. But for me, it was really just me always trying to be private. It was just, you know, just being private, man. Not wanting people to know, you know, what I was actually going through. And we could touch on that too, because we ain't really dive into that. But I'll tap on, you know, the mental, the verbal abuse that I experienced in relationships or whatever like that. But for me, I would just say it was just, you know, trying to handle everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got tons of people, and I ain't gonna say tons, but I have people that, you know, look up to me, man. You know, that come to me for certain advice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
same here. Yeah.
You know, when you are held in just that caliber for people, it's like, yo, I don't want to let them know what I got going on because they hold me at such a high standard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like you be like, yo, like, you know, if your boss come to you and tell you like, yo, like, you know, everything is just messed up, man. I don't know. You know, the employee's gonna be like, well, damn, we still gonna have a job?
They're gonna question your leadership.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what's next? Like what, like, you know what I mean? So it's almost like just trying to compose everything and just still be that strong individual for other people as well. So when somebody might not want to talk about their mental abuse or their mental illness, I wouldn't say they probably just don't know how to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to. You know what I mean? I ain't know where to start. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even know where to start from writing. It just came, and I was like, yo, this would be a good joint to just keep going off about my experiences about these things. So I just kept going with that. But certain people, they might not just know where to start from, bro. You know what I'm saying? My guy Frankie J, he over there in the corner, right? He put me on the gym. He said, hey, Frankie, you remember what you said as far as being quiet for 40 seconds? You know what I'm saying? So you just sit in silence with somebody for a little bit and let somebody open up, and you'll see, you know, who this person is. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a glimpse of, you know, if this person experiencing something. You'll get a glimpse of, like, if this person's serious about what they say they want to do. Just sit with somebody for like 40 seconds in silence. If you really want to help somebody out and you feel like they're going through something, just sit with them in silence or something.
That is dope advice. Because knowing how to do so is the first step. Yeah. Like for me, I started to go through therapy probably middle of last year. So just having something where you could at least have that first step. So that's definitely good advice when you say to sit with somebody for 40 seconds, because you just don't know how they can open up to you or how they can start to open up to you. Yeah.
And, you know, that, like you said, just that's the first step of just knowing how to do it. But it also, if you want to look for a term for that, we already went over accountability. The second thing I would have to say is, like, you know, understanding where you at. Understanding where you at. And y'all probably hear me talking about this guy a lot because he actually been on the phone with me numerous of times and just walking me through certain stuff. So Frankie J's boy told me, he said, just be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be super duper serious about what we going through, and we miss out on a whole lot too. Like I mentioned earlier, I said, you know, watching somebody lay in the same spot all day or whatever, that's a sign of depression. So they so stuck on what they're going through that they can't just be in the present. Moment, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the main thing too.
Yeah, you see somebody at a birthday party, but they're in the corner. You know what I'm saying? So another thing is really just just being in the moment, being at peace. But I wrote this poem in my father's home, where the setting was very well put together, but my heart was torn. That's me being at peace with war that I was facing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I say I wrote this poem in my father's home, that was the setting that I was in. I was already comfortable. I wrote this poem in my father's home, where the setting was very well put together, but my heart was torn. I said, you ever look for answers and find nothing, and then ask yourself what the whole journey was for? That's when you. That's really when you. That's really when you come to terms with your own problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could be going through stuff, and it may not be nobody else's fault. Right. Maybe everything that we got going on with ourselves. When you start looking for answers, but you find nothing,
you're projecting it on someone else, but it's not yours. Yeah,
you can't find it. You can't find it nowhere else,
right?
Because it ain't nowhere else. But within you, you know what I'm saying. So when we are going through something, when we are suffering from anything, depression, mental illness, mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, we got to figure out where we are at in this problem and how to fix it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because everything that happened to somebody just can't be somebody else's fault, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to come to terms with a whole lot of things in order to really, one, be comfortable to talk about it, and two, and cure it and execute it and get rid of whatever it is, whether that's relationships, whether that's a material factor, you know what I'm saying? You know, certain things just hold certain energies. Maybe you gotta get rid of somebody's stuff, get rid of that car they let you have, they didn't board. You know what I'm saying? You still riding around in it, knowing that they didn't got the car and they want it back. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, you gotta just let it go and really be, and just be. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
That's one thing I would say I learned, and that's one thing I would say that helped me with my new collection of work.
That's good.